Hi guys. I thought we would do something a little different. So I do have a book, but it is not a book to read. It is a book that's called I Can Draw Animals. So I thought maybe we could do a little drawing together. So let's see what we need for supplies. All right guys, so I have our book. What you're gonna need is you're gonna need some kind of paper. I am just gonna use this notebook that I have, and then you need a pencil and an eraser. You might have one on your pencil, but when I draw, I like to have a separate one. I feel like it erases easier. If you don't have one, totally okay. Just use whatever you've got. So let me get to some plain paper here, and we can get started. I'm gonna turn my notebook this way. So a couple things that when you are drawing, it's important to draw lightly, because if you make a mistake, it is easier to erase. Let me do it down here. So if you make a really heavy dark line instead of a lighter line, it's a lot harder to erase this kind of line. So let's try it out. So you guys can see that my really light line totally disappeared, and you can still see some of my heavy line. So that's one of my tips, is that you want to draw it slowly and lightly. All right. So when you're drawing, you can draw pretty much anything because everything's made up out of shapes. So you might look at this cat and be like, oh, this is too tricky for me. But you can see that it's a circle and an oval and some triangles and then some different lines. All right, so let me see what we should draw. We have a lion, a cat, dolphin, a lizard, a hen, a teddy bear, tiger, a fish. I think that we should do the lion. It was the first one. I think we should do the lion. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna draw this big circle for his face. All right, so remember to draw it lightly. Now when I draw, I usually move my paper around a lot, and I do little lines to help me get the shape that I want. So you guys see that I kind of went too far. You just grab your eraser, you can erase it. All right, and then I can erase these ones. Okay, and then we can make the ears. The ears, you can either make it be a full circle or maybe like that. So I'll show you two different ways. So maybe it'll be easier for you to draw it over like that. And then you can erase your line and it looks the same. And if you want to make it a different way, that's good too, because you know what? That's what's awesome about drawing, is you can make it any way that you want. Okay? I'm going to put another little like that. Kind of looks like a bear right now. Huh. And then we have to do his mane. So you can tell this one's a little bit smaller than that, but I like it. I think it looks cute, so I'm gonna leave it there. And then we need to draw some eyes, and those are just what shape? Circles. And then his nose is a half circle. It's called a semicircle. All right, so then you just draw a line like that and like that. Now sometimes you could see a lion with a triangle nose. Okay, so you can make yours however you want, because again, it is your picture. All right, and then now we're gonna draw these lines. They come down from his nose. One goes one way, one goes the other way. This guy really does look like a bear, for sure. And then the whiskers are just straight lines. So we have 3 on that side, 3 on that side. And then the fun part is when we get our colored pencils or crayons or markers. So let's do that next. All right, so these are what I have at my house. You can grab any kind of drawing things that you can find. So the colors in our lion, it looks like we have some orange, some red, maybe some yellow in the mane, black, and green, and then a little bit of brown. So I'm going to start with his mane. So I have red, orange, and yellow, and then this one's kind of like a darker orange. All right, I'm going to move this over. And then when we make our mane, they're just lines that are sticking out from his head. So you can go like this, or you could make it more like that. But what you want to do is you want to try and get all of the lines to kind of be the same length. So that means the same height. So I'm going to do orange first. Then you just fill in the little spots. And then we're going to put some behind his ears. And then you go bigger. And this is when it's important that you can move your paper around to make it easier to color. So you see, whoops. I went into the face a little bit. That's all right. Because what I'm going to do when I'm done is I'm going to go over my lines with the brown. All right? And then we're going to take another color and add it on top. So I want to add some yellow because I think that lines do have yellow. Sometimes you can put brown in. If you wanted to make a rainbow lion, you can do that too. Because remember, whose picture is it? Your picture is yours, and you can do whatever you want with it. So how about some red? I'm not going to put as much red. I think I might just do some lines of red that kind of go through it. What do you guys think? You know what? I think I want to put some brown. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to just go nice and lightly with it. Because if you make a really dark line, it might stand out too much. And the yellow and the orange might not be able to see as much. What do you guys think? I like it. All right, now I think I'm going to draw my lines over my pencil. All right, so we have our head and our ears. I think he's looking a lot more like a lion. What do you guys think? And then do you guys remember his nose is black? So you go over that and then you can color it in. That's what's cool about drawing and coloring, is that if you go over the line, you can just make that part a little bit bigger. So let's say that I went out of my line like that. You don't have to get upset. You can just make his nose a little bit bigger. And look at that. You never would know that I went out of the lines. So it's never a mistake. You just turned it into something else. And then I think I'm going to add, I think I'm going to make this on the inside a little bit brown. All right. And then his eyes are green. Well, that's a really light green. I'm going to find a different one. Let's try this one. Oh, that's better. See, I just went out of the lines. Make it a little bit bigger. And then if you want to get really fancy, you could add a little bit of black in the middle. All right, and then we're gonna trace his mouth. And then maybe we should color him in now. What do you guys think? Now we color in. So when I color in a small area, I go slow. And then when you color in a bigger area, you can go faster and make your coloring strokes longer. So I'm not coloring through his eye, I'm just gonna color around it. I bet your lions are coming out fantastic. Maybe you guys can send them to me. Email them to Miss Melissa or Miss Joanna, and then we can see them all. That'd be cool. And then the last thing I'm gonna do is draw his whiskers. Ta-da! We have just made a lion. All right, I hope you guys had fun with this. If you like this, maybe I can do some more on a different time. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye.